right, friends, moment I know a lot of you have been looking forward to. We're going to review and shoot the new Mathews Lift. So this lift is rated at 343 feet per second, the 6.5-inch brace height, 33 inches axle to axle. You can get it in 80 or 85% let off, and it goes up from 55 pounds all the way up to 80 pounds. And then you can get it from 26 to 30 inches of draw length adjustment by the switch weight mods. Now, what's different from last year? As you can tell, there is a lot of riser cutouts. This being the 33-inch bow, it comes in at 4.26 pounds, I think is what they say on the website. And I will tell you, after having handled the 4.4 pound Hoyt RX8 Ultra, this is definitely lighter than that. This comes in at 4.2 pounds, and that Ultra comes in at about 4.4. And this is, I mean, as a matter of fact, this is lighter than the 30 we just did a review on last week. So the biggest things, the riser cutouts, they shaved down a lot of weight, and now you have the new switch weight X cam, and it's just supposed to generate a little bit more power than it did previously. It comes again with the bridge lock sight, the bridge lock stabilizer adapter. You have your front and back bushings for your traditional stabilizers. You can get the SCS or SCS mod on here, so you can pull it up into a tree stand. They also have a new engaged limb stand that has a different name. I'm not sure what it is. This is the actual standard, the normal engaged limb pods. You see there's a little bit of gap, but it does hold it up very nicely. You just get a little vibration if you shoot it with it on there. Other than that, a lot of things we're familiar with on Mathews. The other new addition are these new outside the limb, they sit on top of the limb tip axles. They don't, no longer are they going through the axles. And they're also offering this up to 80 pounds. So that's also new for this year. So my first impression is, Mathews gets a lot of grief for working a model for 4 or 5 years, just making incremental changes to it. And again, they took a model that, a type of bow that they had before in the V3 series or up to the Phase 4 series, and they have cut out a ton of aluminum and they have made it very light. So that was a big improvement. I like that. This bow, most Mathews I've ever owned won't tip forward, and this bow just kind of sits in your hand. You see, even with the sight in it, it doesn't lean forward very much. So they balance this bow out very well. I was really looking forward to shooting the 29, but this guy's up at Eastern, man, they're selling these bows like hotcakes. The last time I was up there, they had their last 29.5 in bottomlands, and those things were they've just been going out of the door. So I had to take what I could get. I got the 33. I was really interested in the 29.5, but this is what we got. I'm very impressed. Very nice bow. Not too big on this earth color, but I do like the bridge lock side adapter or sight bar mount for it. I do like that, and I like the dovetail mount. It's cut into the riser back here. One of the weaknesses I find with these Mathews bows are the mod system, and I know it's also a strength because you can make big weight changes without changing your draw length. But I do like on the Hoyts, the Elites, the Bowtechs, you can adjust, and also the Bear, you can adjust your let off on the mod, and you can change up to 1/4 inch increments on the mod. So that's an advantage they have, where I think the efficiency of the switch weight mods may be the advantage for the Mathews. Just something to consider if you're going to buy a bow. But let's go outside and shoot this thing. Stay tuned. All right, so we're out here in the test lab in Hamel Lodge, and we're going to be shooting this Mathews Lift again. Like the previous test, we're going to use the Ultras. These are 448 grains. We'll be sending them downrange to this Lift 33, and then we'll talk about the draw, the hold, the aftershot, what I think of everything else. Again, no peep. Trying to make this solely about the bow, and no advantages to me as the archer. I know I got the CVE into the bridge locks because I have a sight that was fitted to a Mathews for this, so that's what I'm going to go with. I don't think it would give any dampening properties that the Spot Hog wouldn't. It just happens to be mounted into the riser. All right, so first impression on that draw, you get a little bit of stiffness right at the top, and it kind of peaks. It feels like 6 or 7 inches into it, about right there, and nicely into the back wall. No real dump. You don't feel anything after the shot on this. There's no jump to it. Vibration is very minimal. You don't feel anything after the shot on this. There's no jump to it. Vibration is very minimal. All right, so let's go down and check those arrows. All right, so we got one flyer, and that was me trying to locate my aiming point with this bow. That first group's pretty good. We'll do this again. We'll put the vibe beater on it this time. All right, so now that I know where my aiming point is, this is my group, about 21 yards. There's the group from about 21 yards during the vibe testing. Remember, no peep. This is just to see how repeatable that grip is. So that's pretty good. All right, so we're going to shoot one last group just to demonstrate how repeatable the grip is. And we've had a couple pretty good groups, so see how it goes. This sight definitely not set up for this bow. Third axis adjustment needs to be set on it. It definitely needs to come to the left just a little bit. But we're shooting the group, so. Just trying to see how precise I can be with this grip, and just aiming at the same aiming point over and over. Trying to get it as close to that aiming point without a stabilizer, without any kind of back bars. Yeah, this final group is nice. Say that, this would be a flyer, for sure. All right, so let's clean up this flyer. I took one of those shots you just knew it was bad when you let it go. All right, let's go see how my mulligan went. This last one, that was the mulligan. There you go. Mathews Lift 33, no peep, shooting just off the sight and the string. 21 yards, pretty good group. Lift 33. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. What can I say? The draw starts out stiff, draws into a quick hump, and then it just glides into the back wall. Really reminds me of the Hoyt. Unlike some of the other bows I've tested, there's just no dump into the back wall. It's a very solid hold. As far as getting on target, I mean, you saw that last group. I mean, I know I made up for a mulligan. Went and I I pulled an arrow, put it in, and reshot it to make sure it was a good shot. And you saw how close I could get those arrows without a peep, just shooting off that top pin. And this thing is not set up for the bow. I mean, third axis needs to be set, but the bow is actually canted during the shots. But so, how's the grip? A lot of people hate Mathews, but I like the fact that they textured this grip, and it fits in my hand really well. I'm about 5'8", so, and I got little tiny hands, so this grip fits good in my hands. The new cam system I like. Not as smooth as the cam that was on the V3X that I had, but it's, you know, once you get over that initial hump, it just glides, you know, just drops off nicely into the back wall. There's no real dump. Nice. It's a nice even draw. I really like it. The hole's really nice. It was real easy to be, even though the sight wasn't set up, it was real easy to get on target and be repeatable with the grip and the hold, the steadiness of this bow. Man, it's no wonder these things are selling so fast. The weight, for it to be a light bow, like I said, always take into consideration if you're going to buy one of those Hoyt carbons that's light, or you're going to buy, you know, like the carbon one by Bowtech or one of these bows, add a little heft to it. You're going to have to add some weight to it to get it to hold well. And just putting this rest on it, this bow, I mean, this bow shot really, really well at 21, 22 yards, whatever this is. Fit and finish, I mean, it's a Mathews. They always have really good fit and finish. Their QC process is really, really nice. The after shot, you don't feel anything. There's, you know, there were times when I was shooting that the RX8, and you would just feel it jump in your hand sometimes. And I would feel it jump in my hand, and just do not feel that with the 33. Very comparable draw to the RX bows. I think I would give a slight nod to the RX8 Ultra, but this is a very good draw, very good hold. Everything about it is really good. As far as innovations, here's my big knock on Mathews. Like, if you want this SES, or you want the stabilizers that go with this, you want any of their innovation, you have to pay for it separately. Whereas, like, when you go with a company like Bear, their little piece that goes in the limb pocket, so you can raise the bow up, you know, attach your pull rope, bring it up into the tree. I mean, it comes with it. You get an extra grip with it. The new string stuff on the Bear I thought was really nice. So I like the fact that I would give the nod to Bear as far as innovation, because they include it with their bows. And that the fact that the Bear went with the QD for a rifle sling, and I thought that was pretty amazing. But that being said, I do like the bridge lock. I like the dovetail cut into the riser for the rest. I mean, I know it's previous bows that they had it on, but I like that. I like the way how solid the rest is mounted to this bow when you use them. So solid. I mean, this is a great offering from Mathews for the people that will absolutely trash Mathews every year. It's like, oh, it's, you know, the same 5 years of technology. They just made an incremental change. Well, you got the change that you wanted. They took, you know, this is a 33-inch bow. It weighs 4.2 pounds. And I can tell you, without anything on it, it truly weighs somewhere in there. You can still use your traditional stabilizer setups. If you don't want to pay the extra money, you know, you actually need to have Christmas this year, and you can't pay the money to get the stabilizer set for this thing. But it'll still accept traditional stabilizers. But man, what a great bow. I can see why these things are flying off the shelf. It is a big change to what the V3 series was in the Phase 4. You get the Phase 4 limbs, and it is just a super light bow that holds on target really well. And you definitely would not go wrong if you bought this bow. I really like the RX8 Ultra, but I tell you what, this Lift 33 shoots like a dream. I can see hunting with one of these the rest of the season. So, hey, as usual, if you're looking for one of these, hey, head down to Eastern Outfitters. Go see Ryan and Cody, best little bow shop in Eastern North Carolina. These guys are selling these things like hotcakes, but they'll take care of you. They'll take the time to explain to you, answer all the questions that you have, explain to you anything that you need to know about these bows. So head down there, take a test drive on this Lift 33. It's going back today, so this is perfect. It's a Thursday, so when you get off work early for Friday or the weekend, they'll have this bow down there for you to shoot. You won't be disappointed. Matter of fact, you'll probably buy it. But I'm really thankful to the guys at Eastern Outfitters for taking care of me on these videos. So make sure you go down there and see them and let them know I sent you. Anyway, please like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching. God bless. Shoot straight. Stay safe in the tree. Use your strap because you know your family wants to see you again. Thanks.